I realized it this time. I realized I was muted. I did it. I said one thing and I realized it. Shut the hell up. I did it. Anyway, hi, Hanaki. Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? Well, what do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiran from Yellow. Good evening. I was recording earlier today. I was being a girl boss, doing my girl work. And I may have forgotten to unmute my mic when I closed OBS after recording. But anyway, I nailed it. I'm epic. I'm actually so smart and cool, and I didn't do my entire intro without realizing I was muted again. I saved it. I saved it. Happy Monday, Yuno and her cursed Pokemon fusion. Shut up! He's not cursed, that's my son. That's my son, Majorac. You guys wanted him to be on screen. That's why he's there. If you don't want him, I can get rid of him, I guess. Is this all your new intro? No. No. I'm probably not going to be changing my intro anytime soon. Bring back Steve? I don't remember if... Do I have Steve on this screen? Steve's on the gamer screen. I don't know if I have Steve on this screen. Don't you dare get rid of him. I'm not planning on it. I left him there because he's cute. You can't just get rid of a child. There's loss. Put us next to him. He's on top of your head. Don't you like this? Don't you enjoy this? I guess I can move him and put him next to you, I guess. You like this better? You want him staring directly at you every time you post a message? Looking at your message like, why'd you say that? Why are you posting those things about my mother? Why are you posting those things about her and saying all of these mean things about my mom? That's what he sounds like, probably. I can't do a good impression, but imagine, like, Chucky Finster. Hi, Tomoe Carmine! Welcome! Hello, hello. It's nice to see you. Hi. Hi. I want him closer to his catchphrase. No, that's not his catchphrase. That catchphrase is from my manager. May they rest in peace. And by that I mean they're... I don't remember... I think they're like... backpacking in Europe right now? I don't know. I think that was the last time I heard from them. I'm going to make food. You're my BGM. Let's go! I am the cooking background media today. That actually makes me really happy. That's really sweet. Knowing that other people watch me as like background while they're doing stuff. Aw. Aw. I watched Tomoe message going at Majorac's side and making me think that's Majorac saying the message. Yeah, so it turns out the voice claim for Majorac is just Tomoe Carmine. I believe it. I could see the Tomoe Carmine voice coming out of his little mouth. Nice little guy. Tomoe is making beef Wellington. No, I don't think she's making beef Wellington. Can I record you one? Oh my god, please. Only if you're okay with me playing it on stream. That is definitely the face of someone preparing food. Yes, sir. That's what I look like when I'm cooking. My son gets it from me because he's seen me try to cook in the kitchen and I've been like, I don't know what I'm doing. Why is it turning out like that? Is it supposed to be burning this early? Oh. And so now, he just makes that face all the time. I'm doing my best to provide for my son, and yet I am faced with circumstances. Circumstances and occurrences. It really do be like that. Anyways. What the fuck? Instead of 350F, not 3500. I'm just like, where'd that extra zero come from? Fat fingering the buttons on the oven. Actually, let me move him, because sometimes when you guys send long messages, he, like, covers you up. That feels rude. You can go over here. He still looks like he's looking up at your message. This feels like a good spot for him. No more butterfly in the branding. It's actually just Majorac. I'm just gonna have this weird little creature Butterflies? I don't know them anymore. I think you mean Majorak. My eyes keep thinking his mouth is open in horror, which is apt for seeing us. No, he just has really big lips. Ooh, Noah, that's me. Hi. The outlines in the window is his web. True. True. You're so right. He's spitting his web like... That's what he sounds like. Well, actually, we don't know what he sounds like yet. I'm waiting for Tomoe Carmine to send me a voice clip. Why is it Spider screaming? He's not! His mouth is closed. He just looks concerned. Why do you guys think his mouth is open? I guess I can kind of see what you're looking at. Here, I'll make him bigger. But his mouth is closed. He's just concerned. See? He's not screaming. He just looks like this. He's just like, oh lord. Yeah, he's just a little sad guy. He's just a little awkward sad guy. But he's not screaming. But yes, hello, welcome in everybody, welcome. Welcome to OniMon, hi. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. He's not screaming on the outside, that's true. He's screaming within. Kind of reminds me of one of Penny's friends, the Proud Family. I don't know if you should say that. I don't know if you should say that. It sure is a Monday, true. I've had a pretty decent Monday, all things considered. I've been chillin'. I've been vibing. How many Linkin Park songs did he memorize? He probably knows at least 2 right now. You have to understand he is like a baby, and he's a fusion between a spider and a fish. So, like, he's doing his best with the brain cells he's been allotted. I think he's got, like, a solid 2. What are the vibes today? The vibes are... crunchy chicken nuggets, but they're a little cold. Do you get what I mean? That's kind of the vibe. Like, not the freshest nuggets in the world, but they are still good nuggets. Oh my gosh, she sent me the voice clip. Okay, everyone hold up. Everyone hold up, I gotta download this right now. Okay. I'm not listening to it yet. We're gonna listen to it live, okay? It started right away! Okay, sorry. I only heard like 1 second. Okay, let me turn off the BGM so that we can hear it in all of its HD glory. Where the frick is my BGM? Okay, there it is. Anyway, I hope you guys are ready for greatness. This is the official character voice for Majorak. Oh my god. Okay, let me turn this up a little bit for you guys. Okay, you should be able to hear it. It's already great. I heard the first like half second and I died, so that's good for us.
Please, I'm just a little fishy. Oh, I'm so hungry. You need to give me flies, you know how to.
The crack at the end. I'm crying. I love him. Are you demanding flies or fries? Both of them are very accurate. I have to save him. Thank you. This is fantastic. He sounds like suffering. Well, would you not also be suffering if you were also a fish and a spider combined together into an eldritch horror? He has to be suffering at least a little bit. Cinemo. Absolute Cinemo. You're so right. No, I'd be vibing. I love that for you. I don't know if I could be vibing at the same level. Don't call him a horror, he's trying his best. No, I call him a horror affectionately. I'm also an eldritch horror because I am a form of demon. This is a compliment within our household. Louise is accurate because his gills aren't made for land. He doesn't have gills! He has scales, but I don't think he has gills. Oh, eldritch horror. Yes, sorry. Horror. Horror. I forget that I have to emphasize the end part, otherwise it sounds like I'm calling him something mean. I would never do that to my son. How does he breathe? Oxygen. Gasping with his little fishy mouth. Do not frown. It is okay. He's a good boy. I love this voice. It's perfect for him. Also the laugh at the end. My heart. I love Tomoe Carmine, you guys. Precious icon. We could probably make... Hold on. I think when you combine them on the PokeFusion website, they give you like a combined number for them. I wonder if I could make like a specific, with your permission, Tomoe Carmine, if I could make like a hidden dono alert that combines the dex numbers of Spinarak and Magikarp, and then this alert plays and it's just a picture of him with the voice. Or maybe just like a snippet of it. Secret dono alert. Monetize me, baby, let's go. Someone must paint his mouth pixels to be gasping. We figure out a way to edit it so it looks like he's actually, like, talking. That would be quite a number. No, I'd figure it out. I'd find a way to combine them that's not, like, insane. Because I think they'd both be double digits. Hold on. Where's the PokeFusion website again? Where are you? Oh no, you're not supposed to show up. This isn't supposed to show up here. Wait. Let me turn that off. Surprise screen jump scare. I forgot to turn that off last stream, I guess. That's not a crown, that's a fin? Yeah, it's a little fin, because it's a Magikarp. Anyway, I'm checking something. Yeah, so it's 129 and 167, so I could probably do something like... $29.17. Very specific number, but that could be... Because that would be like rounding. If I take off the 1, it would just be the 29 and then 17. Because it'd be rounding the 0.167 from Spinarak. Because if we go by its actual number in the Fusion Dex, it would be 70,269. Haha, nice. But that would also be impossible. That would be impossible to get. And we're not doing that. But technically, the actual combination, if we're going just by their Dex numbers, is 129.167. So, like, I guess we could also do 129.17 if we want to be, like, crazy specific. Which would still be funny. I'll think about it. Could be a fun alert to add for the Donathon, which is actually the main thing I wanted to talk about today, but then I just got distracted because we're complimenting my son. This silly little fish spider. Anyways. It's a segue? True. Distractions where? Yeah, where? I don't know. I've never seen them before. Anyway. So, Donathon stuff. I did some work on it earlier today, along with the actual, like, girl boss work I had to do for other, like, projects and things. But I wanted to, talk about some goals with you guys. Because I don't know if I will be able to do it later in the week with how busy I might get. You're such a girl boss. Thanks. I don't know if I believe you, but thanks. I'm trying at the very least. Like, I want to get everything organized because my hope is I'll be able to get some graphics organized to post this week so that people know it's coming. And then I'm hoping to come up with like other stuff. Do you need any help, Smile? What are you offering to help with, Smile? I am not sure what your skills are, but it is okay. If you'd like to offer some suggestions for goals alongside the Damadachi, I do not mind. I'm just pulling ideas out of my butt at this point. I don't know if it's true or not, but I mean it. Okay, I'll take that. We take those, we take those. Okay, so the main thing I want from you guys specifically is I want ideas for stream rewards you'd like to see, because I mentioned this to members and now you guys get to know. Hello, non-members. You guys get to know after members. I want like the first set of goals to be more like, I guess, kind of traditional Donathon goals, in the sense of like streams are part of the rewards. Like certain streams you want to see, certain like maybe pieces of art, certain like we could do voice pack stuff also. I don't really mind because voice packs are easy to write for me. And then just like that kind of thing, like more immediate like immediate Oni product. Immediate monetization of Oni content. I don't know. I'd like to suggest banning a suggestion no horror games since you have a hard time handling those. I mean, I was going to say I'm kind of open to game ideas, but you're right that like certain things I probably wouldn't do. For horror, I would just prefer we not do anything with zombies anymore. Just no zombies. That's all I ask. But we can do like suggested game ideas or like a certain kind of like that thing. Outlast isn't zombies? What the frick? I don't know what's in Outlast. Outlast. Are you lying to me, Tomei Carmine? Are there zombies? Please do not be lying to me. Evil naked men. Oh, I can handle naked men. I can also handle them if they're evil. Bendy and the Ink Machine is a great light horror. Oh, I actually really like Bendy and the Ink Machine. I've watched playthroughs of it, but I've never played it personally. Outlast is just a bunch of crazy people doing crazy things. You know what? Fair. They aren't sexy naked evil men. No, but I don't find... what I'm trying to say is I don't find naked men scary. That's what I'm trying to communicate. Not that I think that they'd be hot. I don't find them scary. They're really not sexy. They look pretty scary. I don't know. I looked it up and I was just like, okay. I don't think it's that bad. Disco Elysium and you evaluate the writing. Oh god. Okay, well before this fully devolves into like a game suggestion stream, I want like other stream ideas too. I'll figure out where to put them on the pricing list, like when I'm actually figuring out the goals for the documents, or the documents, for the graphics. But I mostly just want ideas of what you guys would be interested in seeing as like stream goal rewards. I can already guess before you say it, like a roleplay stream. Yeah, roleplay stream. I knew that would be on there. I'll let you guys choose the theme if we reach that goal, probably. I'll put up like something for you guys to submit suggestions, then I'll pick from them. Chat choice. I could also maybe have a separate goal that's my choice, in case you want me to do a preparation for one. Because I like the idea of doing things that are both a mix of stuff you want to see and things that I'd be willing to do in each topic. So I was thinking about doing something like that for covers. I was thinking about the first goal for a cover being a song I want to do, and then like another one being a cover song you guys want to vote on. Hint at goals, I guess. Bad book reading. The thing about bad book reading is I'd have to be careful with like copyright stuff. I wouldn't be able to like fully read the text, but I could probably do like a stream where I read a bad book beforehand and then we talk about it on stream, as long as it's not me like directly reading the book to you. I know I technically don't have to worry about copyright because I'm still not monetized, but I worry about it personally. So we could do something like that, maybe. Fanfiction reading? Now, do we mean fanfiction as in, like, my fanfiction? Like, fanfiction that I've written? Or do you want me to, like, find fanfiction to read of other people's? Because that could also get dicey. Bad fanfic readings, like the famous Doom Repercussions of Evil. Preferably yours, very bad smut fix. Bobitsa, but instead of pizza, it'd be milk tea and whole olives. Yuno eats an olive and drinks milk tea at the same time. Yuck. Nightmare. But I see bad food eating streams. Whole olives, wicked concoction. I was thinking something like reading My Immortal. Well, I've already read some of My Immortal with Reina. She actually wants to do another stream in the future where we read more of it. So I can't read My Immortal specifically. But if we could think of another, like, legendary bad fanfic, maybe. Just be a girl boss and the hell with copyright nonsense. Does anyone even care about that enough to police little cute VTuber gals? You'd be surprised. Considering, like, melodies can even get hit by YouTube's copyright system, I wouldn't be surprised if specific words in a specific order could get bonked. It's just better to try and either do, like, public domain stuff or avoid heavily reading an entire book out loud. Because also that would just mean you get free audiobooks, which hurts the audiobook industry. Meh, 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 meh. Some kind of watch-along, maybe? We could do a watch-along of something. The horror watch-along that I did in October, or no, well, it was supposed to be in October, but then October was hell. The watch-along I did in November was a reward, or like was supposed to be part of like my Halloween experience thing. So, we could do something similar to that where we do like a watch-along of something you guys choose. Watch-along, chat choice, okay. I'll figure out something with like bad book review or fan fiction live read. I can figure something out. I'll mention Disco Elysium and then like Outlast or other horror game without zombies. Very unicorn game. I like that game. Are you talking about Disco Elysium? Yeah, people have been suggesting Disco Elysium to me a lot lately. I was worried about streaming it just because it seems like many text the game. And I know I stream a lot of visual novels, but that's a little different. Yeah, I know it's quite long. That was one of the other reasons I've kind of avoided it, because I already have a lot of series going on. Part of why I started streaming twice a day was because I was having problems with all the series going on and it preventing me from doing, like, other one-off streams. But I will still write it down. At the very least, it could be something that I play off stream, and then we just have a stream dedicated to me, like, talking about it. Kind of like a U-Notebook stream. Instead of a playthrough. Because it might be faster for me to play it on my own and just take a bunch of notes and then do a presentation on it. Read the whole B-movie script and act. That is like a VTuber staple, isn't it? Doing something with the B-movie. I guess we could do like a movie script reading. I'm surprised you guys want B-movie and not Shrek. Have you seen me? It'd be a cool game to hear you talk about after having played more than a game, then it would be cool to watch a playthrough for. That's what I'm thinking too. So if we do Disco Elysium, that would probably be for like a review stream, and then I would maybe do like a cut down video or something. I love that, so it's an incentive for some of us to play it too. Thumbs up! Okay. I want neither of those. Well, that's why I put it down as movie script live performance, and then I just put down examples like B-movie or Shrek. That can probably be something else you vote for. Okay. I was gonna suggest a Shrek-related reading. That would be Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life, and that could nuke your channel. Yeah, that one would probably nuke my channel. Although Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life is also a really good example for a crazy fanfiction. But B-movie had Hot Woman and you're Hot Woman, so that works. How dare you talk this way about my literal wife and inspo, Fiona? Are you trying to say Fiona is not a hot princess? You're crazy for that. Planescape Torment for the same reason as Disco? I've never heard of that. Planescape Torment. Oh, this is an old game. Sorry, I took one look at the graphics and I was like, oh, this is an old game. 1999, yeah, that shit's old. I will imply nothing about my age, but that's old. I'd be totally fine if Disco turned into a periodic recorded content thing where you play it in blocks and talk about what's been encountered thus far. Oh. Okay. That could also work. I could turn it into like a video series. An actual Let's Play from the person who refers to all of their playthroughs as Let's Plays. Let's go. That's crazy. Love that for me. Planescape Torment is much older and more likely to filter a more casual gamer than DE, but it's really cool. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a casual gamer. I don't know if I'd be able to lock in. Because it's a huge game. Oh, dear. You could turn it into an audio drama. Let's go play. Let's play. Tower of Pins. Make sure it's 4 gold blocks. 1 obsidian. Wasn't thinking that dynamic, but does indeed work out for you. You'll finally be the Let's Player you've always dreamed of. I really do just dream of being a Let's Player. Edited down content, thumbs up. We'll see. We'll figure out how I'll do it. I'll write that down as video essay format. Mad Libs stream in which you make a list of words. Oh, okay. I was thinking with Mad Libs that I would probably write the story myself and then I would take out words that you guys could fill in. Oh, that might be a pay to participate thing where like you pay a certain amount to insert a word and then I insert that word into the story and we get whatever story comes out of it. Because I feel like if I did it too random, I would just be getting a bunch of words thrown at me and I'd be like, oh god. Oh god, where do I start? It would be pretty cheap. So you don't have to worry about paying like exorbitant amounts to get into the Mad Lib. But I was thinking about writing my own stories for one. Because the thing about finding Mad Libs online is that they all kind of suck. Like, Low-key, when I did that stream with Ranchan, we really struggled finding good ones because we were just like, all of these are kind of lame. We managed with the ones we did find, but when we were prepping beforehand, I was just like, Ranchan, why does it feel like none of these are super interesting? And she was like, I know, right? Okay. I'll write the stories then. So you can submit words to fill in, and I'll write my own nonsense stories. Maybe it'll be related to Yuno lore. Maybe it'll be other types of shenanigans, but I'll come up with something that's more interesting than the ones on the Mad Libs websites. So we could aim for a Mad Libs stream being one. Okay. So we have roleplay stream, chat choice, and my choice. Watch along, chat choice. Bad book review or fanfiction live reading. Disco Elysium let's play or video essay format. Outlast or other horror game without zombies. Movie script live performance. Mad Libs? Do we have anything else? Do we have anything else you guys would like to see? A Yuno React stream to YouTube vids. Oh! Do you guys want to do a try not to laugh with me? You want to do a media share stream? We might have to do that on Twitch. But we could do like a try not to laugh or like a react stream. Because I've kind of wanted to do something like that for a while too. Because the problem is that you guys do understand my sense of humor and I think I'd die. So that would be fun. Will you actually survive that? No. That's the fun part. I won't. The shortest stream possible, I'll just send you a South Park clip. I wouldn't laugh at every South Park clip.
Thank you so much.
I disagree. But there are like a number that I would probably get a little giggle, a little chuckle. Yes, I did see your pre-chat donation. Thank you. I forgot to add it to the daily counter, but thank you, Let Go My Ego, for the pre-stream donation and also the Mad Libs Stories pre-order. I don't know if I'll fully count it as a pre-order, but you're right that it would probably be like around that price range. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Yuno teaches us about another animal? Well, I did teach you animals in general for the last teaching stream. Are you saying you want to stream about a specific animal? Do you really want to lean on animals? We could choose anything for another teaching stream. Uno's taking pre-orders. Not formally. Not formally. Does Magirak count as a specific animal? Well, that's a fusion Pokemon. I don't know if that necessarily counts. I didn't think the suggestion through. That's fine. You'll have to think about it then. I haven't written it down, so once we can narrow it to something, that'll probably be better added to the list. Added to the list. The list. Okay. I'm really kind of glad you guys want to do media share because I've been thinking about doing a stream like that for ages. And the main thing that was always scaring me was copyright. So that might have to be an unarchived stream, but I do still want to do it. I'm really hype about that. Let's see what else. You already have 8 ideas, my god. Purple YouTube time. I think even Purple YouTube might bonk me. Their copyright system has been starting to get a little bit stricter as well. It'll probably either be like only on Twitch or I might just unarchive it on YouTube. I've been like really wary about starting on Twitch in case you haven't noticed. I fully intended to and then I didn't, and it's because I'm nervous. Unarchive it and offer it on Patreon access? Oh, so like unarchive and then like re-upload a private version for members? I suppose it's possible. Re-uploaded for members. That'll be nice. Okay, okay. Noted. Would be a shame if that stream goes legendary for it to just not exist ever again. Yeah, that's gonna be the hard thing about it. I love media share stuff, man. We'll see. Maybe it'll be okay. And plus, since my channel isn't monetized, there's a chance it might not get obliterated, but I don't know. Yuno teaches more on Oni lore, so that would be for the lore likers. That's for the lore likers. I don't know if there are enough people who'd want to have an entire stream dedicated to me explaining my lore. It's literally just that freaking, you know that gif of the guy who's like speed explaining in front of a bulletin board and he's like, that'd be me. That's what I would sound like talking about my lore. Me and the 6 people who care about Onigashima lore. There are dozens of us, dozens. I choose to believe you. Tamarachi slander. Hey, I don't know how many of you actually care about my lore. I've never really thought to ask. Could do another silly no way this burns the internet down tier list, something easy like desserts or pies. Okay, so would you want another tier list stream in general? Tier list stream specifically for hot takes? I don't really know if I have that many hot takes, but we could do that. I thought it was about the meme of a man in shades mansplaining to a woman in a stadium. Oh, that's also accurate. So in Onigashima, it turns out most of the Oni are not literate and... Says the Tamarachi or the woman just like, she's at it again. Hot takes, hot ones. Are you wanting me to do a spice challenge? The bleh. I could. In theory, I've actually gotten a little bit better at tolerating spice. Not by much, but a little bit. That's one of the best memes to ever come out in recent history. It is pretty funny. It's literally me anytime I'm trying to explain my hyperfixations to my friends. Look at you, thinks she's Disney Princess Belle. I am Belle. I'm not like other girls. I think I have a braid. Just kidding. I love girls. All girls think and have brains. And I love brains. Yuno tries a fighting game and for every loss she eats something spicy. Oh my god. Okay, well first of all, we'd have to decide on a singular fighting game. Second of all, I don't mind eating something spicy. But I'd have to figure out like a way to eat it or like work up spice levels maybe. I'm gonna have to consult like spice likers to figure out ways to balance or portion. What the fuck is dive kick? I've literally never heard of that. Grand Blue Versus has a free version. Wendy's spicy nuggets. If it isn't spicy, what about something disgusting? That's a way wider list because there are a lot of things I don't like. Lots of spice. Every fail in stream is another spice packet. Oh lord. Kick's the best fighting game ever. I feel like I don't understand. But okay. Dive Kick, Grand Blue Versus, Mortal Kombat, Tekken. I don't know enough about fighting games. Only times I've ever played a fighting game are Smash Brothers when I was younger. Persona 4 Arena and P4 Arena 2. There was like one other game that I played. Not that I was very good at it. Frick, I don't remember what it was called. Anyway. Dive kick is literally you jump and kick your enemy one hit KO. That's it. So simple but super entertaining. But if you don't want it to be easy, why are you suggesting an easy game? I guess it is only $5. So that in itself is kind of a win. It's about the mind games and the execution? You know, wants to be combo for 20 seconds straight. No, I never said that. I don't know, I just expected you guys to pick a different game. I didn't think you were going to choose a meme game. But like, whatever, if that's what you want. I'll just put it down that every loss equals a Batsu. And then I'll figure out what the Batsu is later. We could pick Dead or Alive Beach version. Isn't that the volleyball game? Anyway. I already put down dive kick, I guess. I guess that's what we'll go with, since everybody seems to be down for it. Do you pick a smash or pass something? No. Nobody has said anything about a smash or pass, but I think smash or passes are kind of outdated anyway. I don't really know what we would smash or pass that's, like, unique. Is it only volleyball? I thought it was a fighting game. I don't know. Whenever I see people talk about those games, I just see them talk about volleyball, so... I was like, ugh. I would recommend Soul Calibur for the awesome character customization. I want to see, Yuno Hanaki fight a giant bean with a sword. Would be boring if Yuno loses all the time. Having some wins would spice things up. Ba-bum, psh. Yuno Hanaki judges books by their covers. I'd have to see if I could find, like, a big collection of, like, book covers. Because I'm not sure of, like, resources for that. If Yuno wins a Batsu for us, I don't know what the Batsu would be for you. I can't really, like, orchestrate a Batsu for you guys because you all have vastly different tolerances and likes and dislikes. You're not that much of a collective. They're reading lists on Amazon to sift through. That's fair. Submit a book of a cover we like, can you judge it? We could. Judge a book by its cover stream. Fan submitted covers or Amazon lists. The problem with Amazon lists is that there's probably going to be a ton of, like, crazy ebooks with equally crazy covers. I know the kinds of things that go on Amazon with those books. They get right goofy. Everyone in chat wears a shot collar and Batsu as he goes off. Are you all financing your own shot collars? That says something about you more than it does about me. That sounds like great content? Yeah. I already know that it would be great content. It's just a matter of being able to get through all of it. Easy Batsu, deep OL voice, Yuno. Batsu for you if we win. No voice if you win is the Batsu for us. So you guys would want me to So you guys would want me to... What? I don't understand. Never mind. I thought I understood something, but I don't, actually. Financing the other Dominachi don't have one already? You have one already? Interesting. I am learning many things. We can share shock colors. Do I need to go again? Sometimes you guys have conversations that just make me think you wanna have a chat with each other and that I'm just an observer. Do I need to go? I feel like I need to cover Majorak's eyes. I don't know if he should be seeing this. Who is that one Amazon author who has written like 200 smut books with the insane titles? Ah, yes. I know who you're talking about because one of my favorite booktubers just covered one of his books recently. Hold on, where's that video? Where's her video again? Morning Glory Milking Farm. Yeah. I think that's who you're talking about. I think this is the same person. Ah, the classic. I might be wrong. I'm checking, but I feel like I'm like looking at the right author. Excuse me? I said what I said. Oh, this might be a different one. Okay, but I do know who you're talking about. That's the person who writes all of the, like, centaur erotica, right? As I immediately get banned for saying that word. Oh, S.E. Law. That's who I think you're talking about. Or is it just one person who's, like, obsessed with centaurs? Oh god. Anyway. How long until Ice Planet Barbarians on stream? What is Ice Planet Barbarians? Do I want to know? Do I want to look this up? SE Law is in fact what I was talking about. Okay. I'm glad I figured it out. Oh, right! This is the person who has, like, the crazy isekai. Right? Where, like, it's like a crazy isekai, and then there's, like, sci-fi. And then there's, like, alien stuff. Yeah. Smut with surprisingly good world building and lore, the classic. I guess we could do that for our quote-unquote bad book review. Never heard of this person or any of their books. I'm scared to look into them. You should look into SE Law, though. SE Law books are pretty iconic. Aliens abduct the anthropomorphization of all my bad Amazon reviews and do it with their butts. Yeah. You know what? Fair. Honestly, I don't think these count as bad books. The Ice Barbarian books? Okay, then I guess we would do SE Law. I don't think SE Law books count as bad either, though. They're just smut. People just will outright shame anything that is like smut or erotica because they are scared. They are cowards. There's also that book about a romance with an internet troll. Romance with an internet troll. Book. I should put book. Troll series? The Troll Whisperer? Oh god, this description makes me want to throw up. It's called Troll. Okay, it's just called Troll. Yeah, okay, so Troll by Emma Clark is the one that you're thinking of. I got a description for something different called The Troll Whisperer, and the description made me want to throw up. Oscar Lozada is repulsive, and he likes it that way. His apartment is always a wreck. He works at a sewage plant, and he's an abrasive jerk to just about everyone. When he's not out drinking and hooking up with strangers, he trolls people on the internet for lulz. His life changes when he finds out a victim of his trolling lives right next door. Noah is super hot and disarmingly nice. In spite of himself, Oscar starts to fall for him. All he has to do is make sure Noah never discovers the truth behind his trollish ways. The best part of it is it turning into a gay story. Is it spelled lulz or lulz? Second one. L-U-L-Z. What do you mean? It turns into a gay story. All troll stories are actually gay stories. It's just a matter of time. I think we have to read this, guys. I think I have to buy this book. Oh my god. Internet enemies to lovers. There's a sequel! How do you get a sequel out of this story? Settle down? Oh my god, they have a baby. Wait, they have a baby. That's so dramatic. Please remind me of the name again. The name is The Troll Whisperer by Sarah Trevor. Break. Oh no, is this a Megaverse? I don't know. I just saw the description says that they have a baby. Spoilers, I guess, for the end of the book, but they do get married. Noah and Oscar have been married for 5 years, and now they become parents to an adorable baby girl. Life seems just about perfect, but a sudden illness puts Noah's sister Rebecca into a coma, which brings Noah's mother and father back into his life. As they battle for control over the care of Rebecca, Noah must also defend his little family against his bigoted parents. Oscar and the Lozada clan have his back, but only Noah can truly stand up to his parents once and for all, if he can find the courage to do it. The use of the word clan does worry me. They say clan and my brain's like, oh god, is this Omegaverse? But I don't think so. It doesn't say anything. It just says that they've become parents to a baby girl. It could be related. I'm stressed out. It's so vague. I don't know. I don't know. This is crazy. Surprisingly, Troll Whisperer does have majority 5-star reviews. The second book, which is called Settle Down, only has like majority 4-star. So I guess it got a little bit worse. God forbid. Alright, let's look at the description for the other book that was being recommended. Troll has way less good ratings, which makes me think that it's worse. I mean, obviously. 21-year-old Kyla Adkins frequents the internet in search of her soulmate. While online, she meets hot and devilishly handsome Justin Brogan. Dangerous, arrogant, and quite psychotic, Justin hacks into Kyla's computer and soon he controls everything, including her heart and her life. What does that mean? People who bought the Troll Whisperer knew what they were signing up for. That's true. They were signing up for good shit, and then the second book came out and they were like, what's this gucky plotline? This is crazy. Okay, well, crazy segue. I do think I have to get the Troll Whisperer because this just sounds crazy. People really liked it. I'm surprised. At least it's self-published. I love that for them. Self-publishing is both a blessing and a curse upon this land. Just in case you were wondering. The dangers of being a TikTok girly. He got the password and your algorithm. Controls her heart and her life. That's so true. The minute you get the passwords, it's Jover. It's a generational work. Anyways. So, do we agree that the bad book review should be... Well, I guess we can't really do Troll Whisperer because it has pretty high ratings. I guess that means it's considered a good book. So I guess we should do the other troll thing. The ebook is free, by the way. It's all just a bunch of erotic shorts. It's not really like a book. But that's fine, I guess. That's probably what makes it easier to read, maybe. The fact that it's... like... multiple. Like free or Amazon Prime free? I don't know. The book is hand through in 2 ways. Oh my god, my frickin' internet search results are looking mighty crazy right now. Troll Part 1 is free, it looks like. I think all the other parts are not free. Oh, I can also see Part 2 on here, though. Unless 1 and 2 are both part of Troll Part 1? I guess so. We could brainstorm a bunch of bad books and then pick via poll on the day of once the goal is reached. I guess that's true. Okay, we'll save that for that then. I do feel like I should do something separate for Troll Whisperer, just because it's so funny. The description's killing me. Windows noise, sorry. 1 sec. My program's yelling at me again. Troll Part 1 is the free sample the dealer gives you. Hooking you on the bad smut. Shut the fuck up, Windows real. Every day, I yell at it to just stop. It's reaching this point now where it turns off my program for like 30 seconds and is just like, please, please give me money. And I'm just like, no! You can't make me yet. I won't, I shan't. Okay. Maybe I should just make a separate thing that's just the Troll Whisperer book review. Although at this point I might just read it for pleasure. I don't know if I even need it as an incentive. Obsessed. For Pride Month? For Pride Month! Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 ideas so far for, like, stream goals. Or, kind of stream goals. Some of these are also video essays. I should probably split these up better later. I'm just taking really rough notes. I have acquired the Book Whisperer. I'll let you know if it's not fun. No spoilers. Oh my god. No, you're gonna read it before me? That's crazy. That's crazy. No, let me have it. Give me book. Can't wait to see Yuno holding a tiny mic. What? Why am I holding a tiny mic? That's crazy commitment. You arrived at book club with the book already read. I cannot believe my book club is just going to be like BL. But also I can believe it. Do we have anything else you'd like to see for rewards? Specifically, this is for like the first like section of rewards for the donathon. I have ideas of what I want to do for the second leg of donations, which would be for the rigging. And then the final like stretch goals is like big stuff. So that's stuff I have to pick out. But are there any other, like, preliminary goals you'd like to try and aim for with the first leg of the donathon? Joke idea, bringing your best friend on stream. Hitomi? So actually, Hitomi is already a goal. So this is something else I also told members already, so spoilers, but also not spoilers. Hitomi has agreed to come onto stream, for one of the incentive goals. We haven't decided what amount she'll come on to stream for, but she's already confirmed that she's okay with it. We argued for this goal intensely. No, it's more like you asked, and then I asked her, and she said, okay. Well, which surprised me. I didn't think she was going to want to show up on stream. She's quite shy, but yeah, Hitomi will appear. She's one of the goals. We asked intensely. There you go. You didn't argue for it. I should say, when I started asking her for help, she volunteered herself to be a goal. Such is the power of a bestie, I guess. And I feel like it's also just a bit easier to do because I don't really have to worry about, like, management either vetoing or okaying it. Those sorts of things usually had to be okayed by management first because there was a point where management wanted to, like, be aware of who we were bringing onto streams and like making sure there was like blanket permissions and that everything was okay and stuff. Perks of being an indie for real. He told me the base god for that. She's very sweet. You guys are going to have to be nice to her when if she does show up on stream. If you meet the goal, you have to be nice. Don't scare her. She's only showed up in chat for member streams, so it'll be her first time interacting with the public. Can she bonk us? She does have mod powers, so yes, she could. Will she? I don't know, but she could. She doesn't know how we already are then. She does give side eyes. Just so we don't scare her on stream. Is she single? As far as I know, she just has a bunch of anime boyfriends. But please don't flirt with her. That will still scare her. Stream series with Hitomi co-op game. We were thinking about that. We played Split Fiction together, off stream. So we could play a co-op stream game together. We worked together pretty well. We got through Split Fiction pretty fast. It only took like, what, 3 or 4 game sessions? But on the last one, we played for like hours. So I guess maybe not like fast, but we did get through it pretty quickly, I feel. So doomed, perfect. Anyway. But yeah, we were thinking about doing a stream, co-op stream game as an incentive for something. Also, if we manage to meet the goal to have her come on stream during the Donathon, I can probably bring her into a voice call whilst I am streaming still. And then afterwards we could like have her show up relatively often and then maybe do co-op stuff while she's here. Because the perk of revealing my bestie means that bestie can hang out with me on streams. Sometimes. Video essay on split fiction win? I'm thinking about it. I do have thoughts. I do have thoughts. I don't know if they're like unique thoughts, but I did end the game and I had like thoughts in my brain. I don't know if it would make a really good video essay, but thoughts were thinked. It is what it is. You know, reviews. That's technically what your notebook was supposed to be. It was meant to be like a plot roundup of games that I play on streams. But streams take so long. Once again, shocked by the existence of thoughts. We don't have those. What a time to be alive. I have many thoughts. You knows best. There's so many good puns you can do with my name. It's so true. Kononi Hanaki. I think we decided that my evening greeting should be Konbanwanaki? Or Konbanaki? I don't recall. It was something like that, though. You know them all. You do know I know. He, she, we know. Yes, yes. I like Konbanaki, fits seamlessly. Konbanaki! Konbanaki sounds smooth. The rare nighttime greeting. Konbudo. Yonbanaki. That just sounds like there's 4 of me. Konban Wanaki, because the Wanaki is spelled Hanaki. Yeah, that's why I said it like that too. Konban Wanaki, yeah. But it does sound a little bit long. I feel like Konbanaki is like shorter, which is probably what people like about it. Yoruno, also true. The Yoruno experience. Night no. Konbanaki. Not quite. I like the spirit, but not quite. Hanaki, sorry I'm late, I was cooking. No, it's fine. Welcome, welcome. Yoruno. Yeah, Yoruno. The nighttime. Yoruno is also cute. Unite. Our Uno? No. You can dream. But no. Yoruno is blue, Asano is orange. Wait, that's kind of cute. Yoruno is Bluno. Asano being orange is also very cute. Ugh, morning sun palettes. So cute. That's very, like, warm color core. Yoruno Konban Wanaki. That's a crazy name. Can we use a giant sun-shaped Yuno as a greeting, like from Teletubbies? Oh, Hanaki! It's my face and the baby sun. 2.0 confirmed to be orange, man. No, not orange. I do like orange as a color, though. But if I changed to orange, I'd have to adjust a lot of my branding because my image color would probably be a bit different. I don't know if I would still have the Warple. You already have been dreaming. I forgot to mention that like a month ago I had a dream about all of Hana Mizuki. The plot was somehow card game related. I forget now. That makes sense. If you're dreaming about, well, since it's Hana Mizuki. If you were dreaming about Ranchan, it does make sense that you were dreaming about cards. I guess Kaya does also like cards. I only play TCG Pocket. I don't know that much about card games, to be honest. Now the Teletubbies sun is just a genius short idea. It's just the Teletubbies opening, but instead of it cutting to the baby in the sun, it's Yuno in the sun, and I'm just like, ah! Oh, Hanaki! Ah, la, la, la. I get 1 million shorts views. 89,000 subscribers. I already have the Oni Sun filter where I just go max brightness, so I could just put that filter on and then put me in the sun. It will def have pink, will it? Will it? I had a weird dream about Reina needing help on a sinking rowboat. Dreams are weird. Chat! Help me with my kayak right now! I'm trying to protect it from the bear! Chat, please! Why won't you help me? The Hana Mizuki Tubby meta. That's clearly a dog Reina. No! No, it's a bear! Please, bear, stop! It definitely was somehow related to Ron getting into trouble at attorney and Loki we had to assemble a gang to earn points to win something. It was kind of crazy. Wow! Sounds like the plot of an anime. We probably had to assemble a team because none of us were going to be good enough at the game to supplement Ron. So we had to assemble a team, find someone to be the proxy, and then we all had to help that one person win so that they could climb the ranks. To defend Ranchan's honor. The proxy would not be me, by the way. I would be the guy in the chair. Avoiding all confrontation. I am not meant to be the star of that sort of narrative. No, sir. Not me. That's pretty on track. I tend to have dreams very movie or anime coded. Same! Mine are also very movie or anime coded, or at the very least they feel like episodic. By guy in the chair, you mean sitting and cheering the proxy on? No! By guy in the chair, I mean I'm the person outside of the venue, like pulling all of the research that I can and feeding it to all of the operatives that are inside the building. I'm monitoring everybody else, is what I'm doing. I'm built different, you see. I need someone to draw Yuno accidentally flipping her kayak. Oh no. Like that one really old vine of the guy who's like struggling in the canoe and it's like about to flip over and he keeps asking for help, but the friend just keeps like filming and laughing. That is literally me with you guys, for real. I almost never remember my dreams. I want fun VTuber dreams. Someday. I find it helps if you start like journaling a little bit about what you can remember from dreams. You'll slowly end up getting better at remembering them over time. You'd be the finalist sit-in wearing an earpiece, nervously looking at the cards. I would not. I would fumble under the pressure, even if I had the earpiece. That's why I have to be the one talking into the earpiece. I have a list of all of the game rules up on a monitor, and I'm the one that's reading it like, okay. so the next card you want to play is the... And then I'm like telling them what to do. That's my role. I can't do anything else. I literally can't. I would perish. I would fumble the bag so hard. And I don't want to do that. I cannot. Okay. Any other last minute ideas that I should put on this list of goals? We can depart from streams now if you have like other things you'd like to see. I will probably be asking for votes for a lot of the like other stuff that's going to be on the list. Like I said, there's probably going to be a cover goal. There's probably going to be like voice pack goals. So we could like vote for themes for the voice packs. Did you say the ones you've written down so far? Oh, right. You weren't here for them. So I have a roleplay stream, one for chat's choice, one for my choice. A watch along of chat's choice, a bad book review or a fanfiction live reading. Disco Elysium Let's Play or video essay format. So like instead of streams, I'd be playing Disco Elysium off stream and then I'd either record it as a Let's Play or kind of like summarize what I experienced so far in like a video essay format. Just because that'd be a hard game to stream. Outlast was the main one suggested, but also like other horror games, ideally without zombies. Reading a movie script live and like doing it like a performance, so something like B-movie or whatever. Mad Libs, where I write the stories and chat can submit words. A Try Not to Laugh or a media share stream, which would probably be unarchived but re-uploaded for members. Tier list stream, specifically like hot takes on things. Dive kick stream, so it's a fighting game. Every loss would result in a Batsu for me. Judge a book by its cover stream, where users can submit covers of books that they like, or I can look through like Amazon lists with a bunch of book covers, and I judge them based on how the cover looks solely. And then I have a book review for the Troll Whisperer. Unearthing one of your old AMVs if it's possible. That would be hard. I don't know if I could do that. See, I know I have the PC downstairs. I don't know if it will still turn on, and I don't know if I could get it to operate well enough to send the video to myself, but maybe just in the future I'll see if I can even turn the PC on, and then we will discuss unearthing AMVs. I don't think I can do that as a stream goal though, because I can't guarantee that the PC still works. It's very old. Very, very, very old. Saving it to a flash drive may be possible. True. I think I still have a drive that I can use for that. We will see. But I haven't turned that thing on in like probably over a decade. I really can't remember the last time I turned it on. How about writing an Oiranchi spice level story? Oh, okay. Let's see. Hold on. Let me write down the other ideas I had. Hello, City! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. For those of you who might not know me, I am Yuno Hanaki. I am the one and only Oiran of indie V-singer group Mialoon. This is OniMon, where I chat. It's like my weekly like go-to chatting stream, basically. Sometimes we kind of go over plans for the week. Sometimes we discuss certain topics. Most of the time, I'm just yapping. But thank you for coming in. Today, I am planning out stuff for the Donathon that I'm going to be doing for most, if not all, of June. And I will also be utilizing Sponsa, which Velocity made. I will be utilizing Sponsa to get the money for my 2.0 models. Yippee! That's going to be what the Donathon's for. That's what we're discussing right now. We're working on goals and stuff. Yeah. Pulling a Shapir. I suppose so. I'm usually yapping. The nepotism is too damn high. What do you mean by this? Okay, voice pack of chat's choice. And then we said spicy art. And then spicy. I think a spicy story would probably be fine. Boy, raunchy spice level story. So you want erotica. I see. Super mega ultra stretch goal, getting a visual novel made. Ooh, okay. So when you say visual novel, do you mean like one that's where the player tries to get with Yuno? Or are we going back to that idea about all of the Tamarachi Gajinka, where it's like an otome? I'm just saying what the others are afraid to ask. Doing the Lord's work, I see. Ren'P? Well, yeah, I know Ren'P exists. I would have to learn Ren'P for that for sure. That would also definitely have to be a super stretch goal. You know, in the chair, fan. No! Can we vote on certain elements of the Oiranchi, or will you handle it free of input? I think spicy art, I can leave that to your choice. I think the spicy story would probably be of my choice. Because I don't know how I feel about letting you guys request something I would write. As in, like, I don't know how I'd feel about you requesting spicy erotica of me that I would have to write about myself. That just feels, like, a little bit weird. But I feel a little bit easier. I feel a little bit better commissioning something spicy that you guys want as, like, an art versus writing. I can write myself doing spicy shit, no problem. It's just, you know, there's, like, a weird thing there. You can also make a VN in RPG Maker. I know people do that too. I don't know how much easier it would be. See, the thing is, I don't know anything about anything, so that would definitely have to be a very big goal. I could see that being something I put in, like, the actual stretch goals, though. Maybe? Because I do plan to have, like, a section for, like, super big stretch goals. We could put that in there. Writing the story would not be the problem. It would be making the visual novel and also getting all the art. Because I wouldn't want to use any, like... Obviously, I wouldn't want to use any, like, AI or whatever. Maybe try a beginner-friendly system to get used to it. I can't believe you guys are making me become a programmer. Strong-arming me just because you want to play a Yuno visual novel. Can't believe this! Hence why it's a super stretch goal. Yeah, agree. Use hand-drawn scribbles as a joke. That will probably happen for a lot of the, like, backgrounds, because, good god, backgrounds are expensive. It's for your own good? What do you mean? You mean? Program it with 10 bad endings and 1 good end. Okay. You really just said to learn to code for a donathon. I tried programming a game before. It's not necessarily hard, but it's very time consuming. That's the thing. I'm a full-time streamer. Do I look like I have time? I mean, I guess I do, but also I don't. Do you know how many work streams I'd have to have where it's just me learning how to code off screen? You guys are just stuck there listening to me be like, what the fuck? What do all these buttons mean? Writing the story will be easy. Coding the game? Nightmare. You have time to yell at us, you have time to learn code. What the fuck? This sucks. Sponsor for the class for coding. No, no, no. I won't do that. There's probably plenty of, like, actual tutorials on YouTube or whatever to watch. It's just a matter of getting through them and, like, learning something. This rules for you, maybe. It depends if you want to be something that's prepared for you with a system that just requires input or one where you do it from scratch. I don't know. Both of those sound like they suck. I'm really bad at learning new things. I'm unfortunately a very stubborn mule stuck in her ways. So the minute I have to learn a new thing, I stick my head in the sand and I don't like it no matter what. You could be like, oh, this is easy. Or like, oh, you just have to do this, this. And I'm just like, well, what if I don't want to? I throw big baby tantrum no matter what. So I appreciate the ideas, but no matter what you present to me, I am going to throw a big baby tantrum. Because I'm big baby. We can put on our resumes that we helped provide the means for an independent business owner to learn coding to develop their business. That is not at all how that works. That's not how that works in the slightest. Puntable coded. Yeah, maybe some of Puntable is based on real life. Not all of it, but some of it. Whatever, there's a reason it's gonna be a big stretch goal. You probably won't reach it, so... Boo for you. Coding for Oni's 101. Yeah, freaking good luck to me, I guess. The closest I've ever gotten to learning coding was like I took a very basic web design course in college, and it was like very baby HTML. And I'm pretty sure most, if not everything I learned in that class is now severely outdated, so whatever. I learned like super baby level HTML, now I got nothing. Also, all of the HTML I learned so that I could use Tumblr efficiently back in my Tumblr girly days. That's about it. That's all I got. That's all I got. So there's that on that. MP is really easy to get used to. Okay, again, I appreciate it, but I'm going to reiterate, no matter what you say to me right now, I am going to sound like a big baby because none of this really matters because we haven't even met the goal. We will cross the bridge should the goal even be met, but it's probably not going to, so we'll see. Python should be easy to get into. I'm not learning normal coding! Ugh. Man. Never learned anything about HTML or website coding stuff. It always seemed like witchcraft to me. It's honestly not that hard. At least when I was learning it for Tumblr, I didn't feel like it was that difficult. But again, I feel like a lot of the stuff that I have since learned is outdated. Anyway, do we have any other ideas? Girls in STEM use Tumblr. So we aren't financing a programming course at MIT. No, we're not. I don't have the kind of grades or like the background to get into MIT to begin with. Second of all. Why are you trying to put this Oni in STEM? I do not have the brain for STEM. There's a reason I mostly flourish in creative sides of things. I can't do anything related to science. I'm actually so bad at science, I will actually have a breakdown. Even if I went to like baby school for baby coders or whatever, I'd like freaking sob. I'm really not good at science. I am not a science-minded individual. You know, tarot merch? Oh, that could be cute. That would definitely have to be like a big goal. Because I'd have to fund art for an entire deck. Maybe Dojin, so you get a good grasp on the type of story you would want to write. I mean, I guess, but that would still require getting like an artist to draw it. Because I can't draw. And no, we're not turning this into, oh, we should fund Yuno to take art classes. We're not doing that either. We're not doing that. We're not using a fan artist. Stop. Smacks you with a broom. We should offhanded Yuno art win. I'm already bad with my normal hand. If I draw with my left hand, it will literally be unrecognizable as me. Have you guys seen me try to draw me for freaking Gardic phone? Nightmare. You could try just a simple written story. I will appreciate the fact that you are new, and so you probably are not aware. But I am a writer. I literally have a degree in creative writing. The one thing that I am good at is creative writing. I think everything else I am mediocre, at best. But no, I've written stuff. I've been published before. I know how to write. Thank you, though. Writing is not the problem. And I said this when I was talking about the visual novel, too. Writing is not the problem. It's everything else that's associated with making a visual novel that will be difficult and will need to be funded, which is why it needs to be a big goal. Yuno watches PBS Spacetime videos and explains it back to us. Spacetime, according to Yuno Hanaki. The video starts and I'm just like, this is space. This is time. They work together. The end. A PBS watchlog sounds kind of neat. Would PBS bonk me for watching something? I feel like they wouldn't, right? Because the whole point of PBS is they want to be open for, like, the public to consume. That said, I kind of want one of the incentives. I don't know where I would put this, but I kind of want an incentive to be that I also do a charity stream later. Because I want to fund PBS. They are really struggling right now. I was thinking about doing a charity stream for them in the future. But I don't really know if I would need to be funded to host a charity stream. It's more just like, I want to figure out a way to support them better. Because they deserve it. I grew up as a PBS kid, so I feel bad that they are struggling as much as they are. They require funding. I know you can get copyright strikes for PBS shows. I mean, probably. You can get copyright struck for a lot of things. We were talking earlier about how even, like, certain books, if you were trying to read a book all the way through, could get you bonked for copyright stuff. You have to be careful about whether or not something is in public domain. At the very least, though, we would just do the old-fashioned way of watch-alongs, where I link the thing, and then we just sync up our time code. And we just watch it separately, and I make sure the audio doesn't come through. We do that for our watch-alongs around here, usually. Okay. Copyright and DMCA are nightmares. It's so outdated. Trust, I understand. I grew up on PBS too. That's tragic to hear about the defunding. Would be a crime for them to go under. It's rough for them. I don't want to get political about it, but the current administration is really trying to defund them because they think that the fact that PBS Kids shows will sometimes show, like, queer people or, like, other minorities means that they're poisoning the minds of the youth or whatever. They think it's not actually educational. I'm really trying to not, like, make it political, but that shit pisses me right off because the whole reason it literally exists is because it's to help marginalized groups educate their children in times where they can't. Where they're unable to because they have to work in order to survive in this fucking economy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try not to get too heated. But, like, basically, I loved PBS, and I just think it kind of sucks that, they are getting defunded for such a stupid reason. It bothers me. And so I've been really wanting to figure out a way to like support PBS and use my platform for it, because like, if I'm going to get worked up about one thing, it's going to be education for children, especially because I've had other rants with you guys about how I feel like children's education and like overall media literacy has like really downgraded. But if we had more stations like PBS where kids were able to watch and actually like learn that kind of thing, I feel like, I don't know, our kids would be better off. And PBS has been doing what they've been doing for like ages. I remember most recently the issue they were having was with Sesame Street, because Sesame Street got dropped by the last platform that they were streaming on, which I think was related to HBO. I don't remember. But they got dropped, and then they managed to get picked up by somewhere else so that Sesame Street wouldn't be canceled, but they got picked up by Netflix. And so they're gonna be behind a paywall, kinda, for like the first time in a while. And it's still going to be on PBS, but that's also like scary, because the whole thing about Sesame Street was that it was supposed to not be paywalled like that. Accordingly, it does seem to be coming out still on PBS, like at the same time that the episodes for Netflix will be, but it's scary that, like, you know, Sesame Street is just one example. Like, the rest of the PBS lineup might also get screwed over in the struggle, in like the fact that some people might be like switching to Netflix to watch Sesame Street, which I hope still gives them money. But anyway, it's a big to-do, and I feel like PBS as a network deserves more support so that they don't have to rely on these paywalled streaming services to get people to watch their stuff. I want PBS to have the funding to be able to like keep making stuff that's accessible to the public. Free access, yes. I want to aim for that. And like, I have baby platform, but in the future I would love to do a charity stream to support PBS, because I was a PBS kid, and you know, a lot of those shows are why I had like early competency with reading, and like it got me through a lot of like rougher patches in life too, being able to like watch PBS shows. And like, anyway, mer. Sesame Street may be bought out by Disney, since the plan is to have all the Jim Henson stuff in one place eventually. And then the thing with that is that it would get locked behind Disney Plus, which makes it even harder to access, because only certain Disney IP gets like rotated in and out of Netflix anyway. But I don't want Sesame Street to get like absorbed by the Disney zeitgeist. That would just get icky. So anyway, I feel like it'd be kind of weird to make that a funding incentive for my donathon, but considering I would want to plan like collabs and like events surrounding it, because here's my thought, right? I'm actually inspired by this because another creator I like wanted to do a charity thing for PBS, but I kind of wanted to come up with like themed streams and like events for this charity stream that were like actually based on PBS shows. So like, one example, because this was the video that I was watching from her. Do you guys remember the show Fetch with Ruff Ruffman? Like, what if I did a Fetch style game show or something, and then all of the proceeds that came from that stream went right back to PBS so that they could make more content? Or like a Zoom, or like, I don't know, something like that. Or like shows like Word Girl that are more about like reading and like learning big words and vocabulary. Something like that. I remember Fetch. Hell yeah. I also remember Fetch. Good show. Good show. Imagine Elmo fights alongside the Avengers. No! The whole point of Sesame Street is that they're supposed to not really be like corrupted by a bunch of media references, and I feel like if Disney got them, they would just be forced to make a bunch of Disney references all the time, or like the whole focus would just become on, wow, what new Disney character is going to show up on Sesame Street today, and it's going to become less about learning and more about just like recognize the Disney character. Mer. For an educational show, you could do one based on PBS's Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Stuff like that. I was just gonna like look at the list of PBS shows and like figure out games or like event streams that could kind of like parody that and do like a bunch of that sort of thing. You're totally right. I can only imagine the references that'd be forced in. And that's the thing. Sesame Workshop was literally founded based on the fact that they felt that children's television should not be advertising products to kids. Kids cannot tell the difference between something that is a paid-for product versus, like, something that's just organically being talked about within the show. That's the point. They are very easily manipulated by ads. The Sesame Workshop exists because they wanted to make media that was not going to shove advertisements into the faces of children. They are very, very passionate about this. And so if they get acquired by Disney, they're going to immediately lose that because big Disney is going to be like, but what if we advertise our Disney products? What if we talk about our different Disney movies coming out and we get the kids to want to go see the movie? That is the antithesis of what the Sesame Workshop stands for. And I'm mad. And that's the thing about, like, why the freaking stupid government wants to, like, defund them, too, because they're just, like, these kids are learning things, and they're, like, being exposed to the world, and the fact that the world has, like, varieties of people and, like, circumstances in it, God forbid, they need to instead be receiving a bunch of advertisements about sugary cereal and or new toys and or things that do not foster creativity or education. Instead, we should just be forcing product, capitalism, capitalism, capitalism. I'm mad. That's called brainwashing. That's what I mean. The Sesame Workshop's entire purpose was wanting to have a place for kids with the public broadcasting system. They wanted a place for kids that would not advertise to them in such a way. The only advertisements you ever see in, like, breaks, quote unquote, during shows is for other shows on the network. You will never get an advertisement for, like, a toy or anything like that. You would maybe occasionally get an advertisement for, like, a juice or something like that, but it would be very brief. And they would make it very obvious that it was a sponsor. Meanwhile, with other stations, they did not make it obvious that it was a commercial or like a sponsorship, and it would just like be in your face. And so kids would be like, I'm going to consume product I saw a cartoon character I like consume on the media, not realizing that they are being influenced by ads and not by like the actual like show. Ugh, I'm angry. Anyway. Wasn't there a study about this in the early 2000s? Yes. But the Sesame Workshop knew about this even before then. That's why they existed. Ah! Sorry, I'm very passionate about this stuff. Passion like this is why I love you. Hadn't known you were this behind PBS. Not gonna lie, I didn't feel you kind of way in my older years until I heard about the defunding. You don't really realize until you like hear that like these stupid things are happening to it for stupid reasons. I'm just like, please. Man, oh man. I guess this is why YouTube kids bans ads. Not that they do a very good job of it, but that is technically what they were supposed to do, yes. I think they technically don't really have ads in the same traditional way because they want kids to be able to just have the endless stream of content. But that in itself is also bad because I think YouTube Kids doesn't do a good job of filtering out slop, but that's a whole other argument. I'm very passionate about children's education. There was a period in my life where I thought about becoming a teacher for like grade school kids, so when it comes to children's education, I get heated. Anyways. The worst part about YouTube is how unregulated it really is. They insist on all of these rules, and then they are like, but what if we don't enforce rules because that means we get a little less money? And God forbid we not make money. God forbid we not monetize every avenue that we are able to. We lose a couple of cents. That is a nightmare. We cannot do that. Grr, 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 bark, bark, bark. Anime girl gets mad because she wants to fund PBS. You know, and make for a great teacher. I'm glad that you say so. But like, from what I have heard, the current state of teaching is like really rough right now. It's like really rough. I keep getting recommended like shorts on my For You page that's like about teachers who are just giving up on the education system because kids are just nightmares. And it's not necessarily the kids' fault, it's the fault of their upbringing and the things happening around them. I am not blaming the children in this situation either. It is the fault of things happening around them. And there's also just like lack of respect for authority and like, you know, all the other things going on, and I'm just like, that's a whole other argument though. Yeah, I agree that education kind of needs a complete overhaul, and I feel like children, but again, to go back to PBS, that's why I feel like more people should be willing to like consume the content from PBS. And I also feel like it's the responsibility of parents to like encourage watching shows that they watched when they were growing up. Like, your kids might be like, oh, but Bob, this is so old. But, like, it was also good for my brain. These shows are old, and you might think that they are cringe, but also it was so good for my brain. If I didn't obsessively consume Between the Lions growing up, I would not have had increased, like, reading level. My reading level was so much higher than all of the other kids in my grade because I consumed a lot of Between the Lions, and it taught me how to read at a higher level before I got to that point in grade school. And that was literally how I grew up. I mean, my babysitter helped me learn to read a little bit too, but like watching shows about reading that like focused a lot on reading were like the main reason that I was able to get a higher reading level. And I feel like the lack of reading level is because people are just watching things and listening to things, and it's not helping their like understanding, in my opinion. Exactly like you said, society and economy devolved to a point where parents are working too much to keep up, can't raise their kids right, resulting in a big domino effect. And literally the Sesame Workshop and PBS and all of those shows were made to help those parents like teach their children, even if the parents cannot actively be there. They knew that they had a media channel that they could guarantee would teach their kids things and would like enable them to like learn about the world around them somehow. And like even Sesame Street itself had like several segments that were like dedicated to like the impoverished and like minorities within society that would be like, hey, you might be going through this right now. It's hard, but you can get through it. Like it was meant to be there as like a comfort and support for the kids in those rough situations. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to not. Never mind, I was like several minutes behind. It's okay. It do be like that sometimes. Having rewind on means that sometimes people end up behind on the stream. I got called a liar by a 6-year-old once because I said I grew up watching Pingu, and she was like, nuh-uh, Pingu is new on Netflix this week. That's really cute. I only remember Elmo hating a rock on Sesame Street. Elmo's hatred of Rocco is still memed to this day. It's nice hearing you yap about stuff you're very passionate about. I know, but there's certain topics that are like, people are going to side-eye me, but unfortunately, PBS Kids is the hill that I will die on. Also PBS in general, because even ignoring like the kids blocks or like the Sprout blocks or what have you, they had like so many good educational like shows and like content on there. What we need is a streaming service for all of this, something that is ad-free and free in general. But that's the thing, the minute you say streaming service, it's not going to be able to sustain itself off of being free. If anything... sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this. I get what you mean by talking about a streaming service. But I feel like... the back-end costs wouldn't be sustainable, especially if a lot of people were going to be watching it. Because then you'd have to be able to pay for all of that back-end, like, user support. They would have to have some kind of, like, membership. I don't think they could subsist off of donations entirely anymore. That's part of why PBS is struggling with funding now, because people, like, aren't supporting it the same way that they used to. So we would just end up in a similar situation, but it would involve having to, like, raise funds for the streaming service. Imagine if they could bring back LeVar Burton for revived Reading Rainbow. That would also be really good. I don't know if he would be super interested in coming back. But I personally kind of like the idea of, like, maybe his daughter hosting the show instead. Because she has, like, a really sweet disposition. I think she could be a pretty good replacement. These talks have likely already happened behind the scenes. Oh, for sure. Did you ever see episodes of Square One Television Online? Maybe the best math show PBS had for kids? I don't think I ever watched Square One. But I was a big Cyber Chase kid, and Cyber Chase helped me get better at math. I think Cyber Chase was the reason I was okay at fractions. And yet here I am still struggling with girl math, but like... Cyber Chase is great. I still suck at numbers though because my brain is too literature coded. Yeah, no, same. I was good at math during my like grade school years. Now I am not as good at math. My brain just went all in on like literacy. So I guess if I had gone through with being a teacher, I probably would have just stuck to teaching like reading and writing English topics. Which means I would probably be the most hurt by the AI thing going on right now. But again, I'm gonna try to limit my rambling. All of that being said, if I was going to do charity streams like that, I would want to have them like themed after like classic PBS Kids shows. And I'd either want to do like games or like other event type things themed after the shows. Librarian, you know, honestly, I would have loved to be a children's librarian. Because that would also mean I'd get to do story time with the kids and I'd get to read books to them. I love reading books to kids. They get so excited. Or at least they used to. I don't know if they would anymore. Remember the Golden Spine books? I do. I do. I believe I've told you guys the story before, but like... when I was a kid, I only ever really wanted books. Growing up, one of the main reasons I didn't want candy is because whenever I had the choice between candy or a book, I would choose a book. And I have that story of being in the checkout line and wanting a book, because this was back when they used to have kids' books, like, on the shelves when you were checking out, next to all the candy and stuff, and I didn't want the candy, I wanted the book. And then Onimama was like, I can afford to get you candy, but I can't get you a book right now, you might have to wait until next time, and I was like, no, I want book! I was like, maybe 1.5 or 2, and I was like, whining about how much I wanted a book. Actually, it was probably more like 2 or 3, I don't remember. But I was like very literate when I was a baby, so there's a chance that I was younger. I'm not sure. Point is, I wanted a book, and I was like throwing a fit because I really wanted a book. And Onimama was stressed because she didn't have the money to get it, so she was like, what do I do? How do I get her to stop crying? And then there was a guy behind Onimama who was like, hey, your kid really wants a book, right? Give it to me, I'll buy it for her. And he bought me the book and then let me have it, and I was like, yippee, thank you! And when my mom asked him why he was willing to be so kind to like a kid throwing a tantrum like that, he was like, hey, I usually see kids throwing fits about candy. I think your child wanting a book means that she's got a really bright future, so I'm gonna get her the book. So that day I got a book, and I finished it by the time we got home. But I was still very happy, and I added it to my collection of books. But that was always, like, one of the defining, Yuno Hanaki stories. Because that's very much, how I was with books. I just would always want to have a new book, and I would, like, read it super fast, and then I would also reread all my books. I had, like, a selection of books that I kept by my bed that I would, like, read or reread whenever I was getting ready for bed. And then I also had, like, a big, like, storage bin of books that I kept under the bed. So when I wanted to switch out a book, I could just pull out the big storage bin of books and I could, like, change out the books on my shelf. That's an adorable story. Reminds me of interactions with my dad. Yeah. I was big book lover. Big book enjoyer. Young Yuno, read to children. Yuno now, read to Damadachi. It's true. It's true. If there was a market for it, and if it wouldn't immediately put me on the side of YouTube that would not let me monetize, I would probably record videos of me reading kids' books. But those sorts of videos get you immediately bonked, and they're like, no more money for you, and I'm just like, you know? I still prefer the feeling of a physical book in my hand over an ebook, same. I understand the value of ebooks, and like I do read a lot of fan fiction, which is like all digital, but whenever it comes to getting like an actual book, I prefer getting a physical copy. The best thing about books is how they can be read again and again. Yeah! And if you wait long enough, you don't remember anything that happened in the book, and then you can just read the book again like it's the first time, and you're like, oh my god, wow. Reading, wow, amazing. Books have power. But Kindle's so convenient. No, see, here's the thing. I prefer holding a physical copy of books, but I will not fault anyone who uses e-readers or anything that makes it easier for them to read books, because at least you're reading. Book no longer sounds like a real word. Yeah, I'm sorry. I made a Dotathon goal suggesting earlier you writing a fanfic of Tales of Xillia. I can't do it for Xillia because I haven't played the game on stream, and it would just be spoiler city. But I suppose I wouldn't mind doing a fanfic for something else, but the problem is the fact that you really shouldn't be taking money to write fanfiction. Because that gets, like, dicey in, like, the copyright side of things. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but Archive of Our Own, otherwise known as AO3, actually has explicit rules that you cannot take money to write fics on AO3 because that goes against, like, general copyright protection that exists for fanfiction. You are not supposed to mention that you take commissions for fanfic. You're not supposed to mention that you wrote it as a commission. You can say that you wrote it as, like, a gift for something, but, like, you cannot link to any monetization platforms. You have to, like, be really, really careful with how you mention, fanfic, and you really shouldn't be taking money for fanfic commissions, to be quite honest with you. I frown upon it. I don't, like, tell you not to. I'm not going to be a snitch, but I will give you a criminally offensive side-eye because you shouldn't be doing that. It jeopardizes fanfiction and, like, fanfiction protections, especially on AO3, that has had to fight tooth and nail in order to protect fan work. I didn't realize people did that. What? Ask for money to write fanfics? Oh, yeah. It does happen. But you shouldn't. You should only be doing those sorts of requests for free or to, like, give gifts, I guess. But, like, you really should not be taking money to write a fanfiction. It gets really dicey. Ranting again. Other things I'm passionate about, fanfiction and fanfiction copyright protections. I'm really out here exposing myself as a fucking nerd! AO3's thing is specifically related to the terms of them being a non-profit. I was a volunteer for a long while. Yeah. But also, it's because there are a lot of court proceedings that say you can write fan work, you just can't make it profit-related at all. AO3's protections is to ensure that you're not making money off of it, yes, because they are a non-profit. But, like, fanfiction.net also had rules against this. Chaining Yuno's hyperfixations. I like that about you, though. Thanks. I'm glad that you guys like me for something that's not just my fat forehead. I'm glad you also like me for my fat ideas. Fan work as a whole, charging money is a minefield everyone needs to be careful of. Yeah, no, this is very true. Weird how there doesn't seem to be as big of an issue with commissioned fan art as there is with commissioned fan fiction. I forget what the specifics of it are, but a lot of places do outline that, like, art is different, and then you just have to be careful with monetizing the art as a product for, like, merchandise. If you've seen, there's, like, certain IP that will tell you that you are allowed to sell stuff, like, within, like, a certain profit margin, or, like, with a certain quantity of merch produced. It's if it can compete. Right! It's the non-compete thing. You have to make sure you're making merchandise that, like, fills a void that was not already filled by already existing merch, I believe. If you're making something that's, like, a direct competitor to existing merchandise released by the original IP company, then they're like, don't do that, please. Or they, like, ask you to severely limit the quantity that you release of the thing. Making merch is different from making a single art piece for money. Right, like I said, I'm trying to remember what the rule is with, commissions. Like, art commissions. But there is a difference. I just wish I could remember what it was. Media manager for the Sonic series? Interesting. I've never looked into it that closely. Mostly because I am not a visual artist. I only know a lot of the rules regarding, like, fanfiction, because that was what pertained to me. Me in my world. Your thighs are visual art. Well, with VTubers, it's different entirely because there's a difference between commercial, like, making content using your design and IP versus, like, making merch with your IP. That is a whole thing. Also, if we're gonna keep yapping, which I do want to do, I need a quick second because I am out of water and my throat hurts. My throat dying. I got too passionate. I'll be right back. Oh wait, I forgot. Guys, I have a thing. Wait. I'm not gone yet. Wait, I have a thing. I have a new thing I forgot that I can show you. You're gonna get so flippin' excited. Hold on. Where's the thing? I have a new thing. Wait. I didn't save it. I'm stupid. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hitomi made this. Oh god, I might die. Guys, if I give myself laryngitis because of how much I yap during this stream, please don't make fun of me. Please don't make fun of me. We have a new toy! Look! Look at him! We have a new creature! Now I don't have to use just my boring text. We have an actual sign. Yippee! Okay. BRB for real now. I got the water. Staring at it thinking, why is it Yuno capitalized? No, it's fine. I think it's cute. Oh. Hiding? Why are you hiding? I mean, you can lurk if you want, I guess. Water back. That's me. Water. God, I was thirsty. I guess it's been a while since I ranted. It went crazy, so my throat was like, do you mind? Don't do that. I have been warned. Anyway. Yeah, you shouldn't go that crazy before the donathon. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, I guess if I get the laryngitis this week, it would only be for a couple of days, and then I'd be better by the time the donathon started, question mark? Ideally? Maybe? We almost got laryngitis version 2. That would have been funny, but at least for this time it'd be something like better, more passionate, versus like... Well, I don't know about better. Versus like rambling about Otome. Is what I meant to say. Only a couple of days? Yeah. Anyway. Only a couple of days. Yeah, that's how long it lasts when it happens due to overuse. It's only like 2 or 3 days. I don't know about better or worse, but on brand. Anyway. Do we have any other thoughts about, like, goals or things you would like to see during the donathon? What happened to the multi-stream idea? I got scared of Twitch. I got scared. Quite frankly. Also, Twitch has, like, specific rules about showing the Twitch chat as, like, the bigger chat, on stream. And because my audience is primarily YouTube users, I'm just like, I don't want to make them feel lesser. I got scared. Have you tried streaming on MySpace? No. I've never owned a MySpace, even when it was popular. I don't know if that's factual because I've seen several multi-streamers make the chats equal size. One of them doesn't even show Twitch chat on screen at all. I thought Twitch just demanded people have separate chat windows and it only had to be of similar sizes. It's more Twitch has to be seen as like the main chat from what I have heard. I don't know if that's still true. That might have been a rule that it changed, but I couldn't figure out a way on my layout to make it look good. Because now I need a separate layout for Twitch chat, because that also means I can't use Sigma anymore for loading in my chat. Well, I guess I can for YouTube, but I have to figure out how to do it separately for Twitch. Like fixing the code for that and then like setting it up and making sure that it's like of equal view. And it was like a whole thing for me. So I didn't set it up in time, and then I didn't do it, and then I just kind of gave up and was like, you know what? Maybe not right now. I'm a scaredy cat, you see. I know I can ask, but I don't really need to ask so much as it is find things myself. It's not really something I need to ask about. It's just something I need to, like, gather the resources for and put in the work for myself. Best way I've seen it done is shrink the YouTube chat and have both of them on top of each other. I guess so. Well, then that gets cluttered. And then I have to figure out a way for me to be able to see both chats. I know Restream makes it so that you can see both simultaneously and you can see where each one is from. So I guess I could just look at that primarily, but I don't know. It's a big thing. I'm nervous. I don't want to like start streaming on Twitch and then it's like bad. I don't know. I was gonna and then I didn't and then I got scared and then I didn't do it anymore. So that's that for me. I'm unfortunately big scaredy baby. Twitch is nice because you can use your emotes anywhere. Oh no, for sure. I do understand that there are benefits to Twitch. Don't get me wrong. I know the benefits to Twitch. I also know the negatives to Twitch. The main reason I was going to start Twitch is because I wanted another income stream, but I don't know. What's the worst that could happen? You worried about troll spamming the chat? I don't know if I'm worried about trolls. Twitch has pretty decent auto mod, at least compared to YouTube. YouTube just has filters. But Twitch actually has like an auto mod thing that's like useful. Sorry, there's a moth in my peripheral. Get away. I opened the door earlier, so that's probably why. There are as many benefits as there are detriments. Mm-hmm. Agreed. The moth wants to laugh. No. Please. Would it be a good thing to try before the donathon so you may do a dual stream during the event? I would have had to have... See, the thing with that is that, like... Twitch lets you kind of stream indefinitely, which is good. But I would have probably had to have... If I wanted to, like, see any value, I would have had to have streamed, like, this week all on Twitch so that I could have, like, speed ran to get affiliate. I don't have affiliate on it because I've never streamed on it. So even if I did have it for the donathon, there'd be no guarantee that I would hit affiliate in time. I'd probably end up hitting affiliate like during the donathon, which could get crazy. When Twitch happens, I just want to someday supersize Yuno Pensive in chat. You guys miss Yuno Pensive so much. I hope you don't give up on getting AdSense. I don't know, man. It's looking pretty grim. I really don't know what else to do to try and get AdSense besides just reapplying and praying. And I still have to wait like a bunch of time in between each attempt if I want to do the switching emails thing. Like, it sucks. It's not fun. And I don't know what else to do because support won't help me either, so... Maybe it will be better to just give up eventually. I've been doing this for too damn long. Imagine being able to show Yuno Pensive on screen. I know. There are a lot of benefits to Twitch. I'm just also a baby. Goo goo gaga or whatever. All I've heard is that you kind of need someone who is in to help you get in. Yeah, and I don't have that. My channel's not big enough to have had like a partner manager, so I don't have someone who can help me with that. And anytime I've tried to talk to support, they just say they can't help me. They keep trying to say that there's like a duplicate account, and I'm just like, what do you mean? I don't have any other channels. It's literally just me. So I haven't been able to figure out like what the heck is going on with that. Support for both Twitch and YouTube sucks. Whoopee. It's the same emote. Don't compare me to the baby. I'm not that much baby. I'm a little baby, but not that much baby. Just a little baby. Oh my god, a puntable emote. Stop! She's not a football. She is literally a baby. If we're going to say someone is baby, that would be puntable. Don't be like this to her. She doesn't deserve it. You know, T-posting. Am I a baby bird now? Am I a little chick? Kick the baby? Don't kick the goddamn baby. No. Oh my god, a PhD emote. Yeah, that's accurate. Don't put the baby bottle in the mouse trap. I'm not going to fall for it. I could say something really mean right now. I could say something really mean. You won't like me then. A puntable might. Do it no balls. Why are all of you saying do it no balls? You want to try and trap me with a baby bottle? What do I look like, a Damadachi? Yeah, accurate you do. Depends what's in the bottle. Pause. What the fuck do you mean by that? Let's unpack that for a minute. What? What? Do you think there is still a link connection not fully detached from the former production kawaii staff? No. I am pretty sure I disconnected everything I needed to. Because we've had this discussion in the ex-kawaii server. The only thing that we needed to disconnect was having management attached to our AdSense. I've explained this before, I'll explain it again. There was one unified AdSense that management used for all of our channels. All of our channels were connected to one singular AdSense account, because you can have one AdSense account that is attached to multiple channels. That's how you monetize a bunch of channels that are in the same like network, or if you want to have multiple channels, that's how you get money from all of them at once. Because you are allowed to have multiple channels under one AdSense, right? So it was under a management AdSense account. We were tasked with removing it and also removing all of management's access to our channels by a certain point, which we all did. And then we had to wait a certain length of time before we could reattach a new AdSense. And then I did it, and I thought I did it right the first time, but I did not, and that's why I got rejected. And then my email, I guess, got blanket banned from making accounts. So anytime I tried after that, it was just like, no, duplicate account. And I was like, what do you mean? I don't have one. And I told support this back then. I was like, this is my only AdSense. I don't know what you mean. And they were just like, sorry, we can't elaborate any further. Duplicate account. And I was like, what? That's dumb. Because it is. So no. I don't think it's because of a management thing, because I already unattached management from all of my shit. Management can't do shit here. I just noticed YouTube now has a feature where you can see your subscribers' accounts. When did this happen? That's been a feature for a while, but you can really only see it if your subscribers choose to make that information public. You can only see it if they choose to list who they are subscribed to. Technically. You shouldn't be able to see it otherwise. But that's existed, like, I think since YouTube's inception. Because I remember on my really old accounts, I was able to see that sort of information. But yeah, just so you guys know, if you choose to make your subscriptions public, I can see you. Smile. I can see you. You're there. I know you're all subbed to this channel. Well, you also have to be subscribed to this channel in order to even chat, so. Maybe it was just more hidden before, now they display it front and center. Oh, as in like showing it like on the channel that you're looking at? If so, that's weird, because that's news to me. It's right under your account channel name? What? I have to see this. I see members. I don't see subscribers. Let me open it on a channel, on a browser that's not even mine. She has multiple browsers, jump scare. Home, members, live streams, shorts, videos, featured channels. One for each alt account. Looking on mobile. Our members, thank you channel members, and I can see other people who are subs? Really? That's interesting. Are you saying people who are subscribed as in members still, or do you mean subscribers is like a separate window? So it's in between members and upcoming live streams? I'm learning so many things. And I guess I should look at my channel on my phone. Members? Oh, yeah, no, that's been a feature for a while. That's supposed to incentivize people to want to join members, because you can be like, do you want to be on this section of my channel? Then you should become a member. That's been there for, I think, since I had memberships. Normal subscribers are... I feel like you're lying, but I will check on my phone. Oh god, it's gonna play a short. Please don't play a short. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Don't expose me. Okay, now I'm gonna look up my channel on this account, and I'm going to see if I see what you see. You know, Hanaki original song. Why am I literally seeing all the shit that is not what I want? Okay. Alright, I'm on my homepage. OniMon, For You, upcoming live streams, shorts, videos, featured channels. I don't even see the membership tab on this. You have to click on your account page right under my name? Oh, so I have to do it like... What? Clicking view channel? I did! Oh, okay, I see what you mean. You have to look at it on your own channel? Okay, yeah, because I'm doing this on a different channel and I can see the subscribers there. But again, this is the same information that I could see from, like, my dashboard on, like, my proper channel. That information shouldn't be, like, fully public. That should only be information you see for your own channel. I thought you were trying to say that that information was becoming public to people. Like, people could see just, like, general subscribers. Never seen it so upfront like this. I think it's only for you, not public. Right. That's what I'm saying. Because the way you were describing it, I thought you meant that my actual, like, the people who were subscribed to me was public, and I was about to be like, YouTube? That sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. I was about to be very scared. One guide? It's not so much one guide as me trying to understand what is being talked about. Because again, you've been able to see... you've been able to see your own subscribers for like a long time now. That's not what being one guide is. I just wanted to make sure I understood what was being said. Because I was on the right page the first time, just looking at it on desktop. I think they meant it's odd we can see other members. No, they were talking about subscribers, because I asked if it was the members tab, and they said it was subscribers. But like, again, it's fine. It's not a big deal. But I was just very confused. I felt for not being clear. No, it's okay. YouTube, to be fair, doesn't make it very easy to understand in general. So I get it. Let me be clear. Window. Let me be clear, wooden door. Never seen it before and I frequent that tab, so this is new. It's definitely new on mobile. Because I don't think I ever saw it on mobile, but that is something you're normally able to see from your dashboard. Granted, YouTube usually makes the dashboard be like a separate, or like YouTube Studio, I mean. It makes YouTube Studio a separate app. Normally, you shouldn't be able to see it from the normal YouTube tab. They must be trying to integrate some of the details from the normal YouTube tab from the Studio to the normal YouTube app, maybe. For people who want to get a quicker look at their stats that way, maybe. Or the kinds of subscribers they have. I don't know. YouTube makes decisions. And they sure are decisions, aren't they? It's always been strange that they haven't combined them. No, I think it makes sense to keep them separate. You need a separate app for viewing versus the app that you use for making content and checking your analytics and stuff.
Thank you so much.
Really great way to end the night for me. Lots of Bunoisms, yelling, passion, thonking, and stuff. I do a lot of thonking about many things. Also, Conrad, thank you for the $6.90. Haha, nice. This is what book reading does for an Oni. It makes her very literate and good at yap. This is very true. I do think that my ability to understand, like, literature and, like, my critical thinking skills developed because of how much I read. I do not deny this. I think that is very much the truth. Thank you for the tip. YouTube decisions are never fun for the users. It's a suffer. It's bad for the creators, it's bad for the users, it's not really fun for anyone involved. The only people who win are big YouTube. Are you reading anything currently? I mentioned this the other day. I am still reading Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. I only got through like the first chapter, like story section thing. Because it's like a collection of short stories, I think, per chapter. I liked it. It just was a bit of a slow read for me because I guess I wasn't really in the mood to read, so it took a bit for me to get into it. So I haven't picked it up since then because I haven't really been in the right mindset for reading. But I bought the first 3 books of this because I thought I was going to like it. So I can't really move on until I finish all 3 of these. So that's where I am at reading-wise. And then I still have my silly Christmas x Halloween BL novel that I need to read. It's out of season now. At the rate I'm going, if I manage to finish these books in June, I might read that for Christmas in July. But, that's all I have in terms of books at the moment. I do have that list of book recommendations I got the last time I asked for them on stream that I want to see if I can buy maybe at some point. But my spending money is a little bit tight right now because I'm still paying back my credit card and all of that stuff. Blah, 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 blah. So I don't know if I'm gonna have fun money for a while. I have such a backlog, it'll take forever. I know, right? In my mind, I've kind of just erased a lot of my backlog so that I can just pretend I don't have one. And then I just pick out books that I like in the current, like, mindset, I guess. Like, my current to-be-read list is the books I asked for as suggestions from you guys, and then, like, maybe one or two other books that I see, like, reviewed by creators I like. Because I watch a few people on BookTube. I'll watch, like, BookTubers talk about stuff, and sometimes I hear a book title, and I'm like, ooh, that sounds fun. But my TBR, I, like, shortened it so that I wouldn't feel as overwhelmed, but I still feel like it's just slowly increasing, and I'm just like, well, I don't know why I did this to myself, to be honest. Haha, frick. You know? Haven't felt like reading anything lately. No, it really is a matter of, like, the mindset. Necroscope. What is that? Series of horror novels by British author Brian Lumley. The term necroscope is defined in the series, describes someone who can communicate with the dead. Ooh, that sounds fun. I like horror books. Have you read the Giver series? Did you know it was a series, a trilogy of books, different genres? It's very interesting, and the third book is my favorite. I have read the first book in the Giver series. I have not read the other two. I had to read The Giver in middle school for my English class. So I have read the first The Giver, and I believe we were made aware of the sequel back then, but I don't think anyone picked it up. But yeah, I had to read it in middle school. I liked it when I had to read it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I would probably have to reread the first book and then, like, get into the other books in the series if I was gonna do that. Maybe. Hanaki, welcome in, welcome in. I hadn't even known it was a series until I looked for it during high school, bought the book set back then. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's always interesting to find out books that you liked ended up being a series. Hated The Giver because my English teacher kept giving me Fs no matter what I did, and that book report is what got my parents to complain about her. Damn. That sounds rough. I hope you mean complain about her as in, like, got her removed. Hopefully, because that's shit to, like, get Fs no matter what. In my mind, I get The Giver and City of Ember mixed up for whatever reason. I never read City of Ember. I imagine if it's at all similar to The Giver, there's a chance that you're probably asked to choose between them for reading purposes. Because I remember it was between The Giver and something else in my middle school class. I don't remember what the other book was. I think in the end, most of us chose The Giver. There was also a point in school where we were asked to read... Oh my god, what was the book? It was between something and The Hunger Games, and I was the only one who didn't choose The Hunger Games. This was the next year, after the year I read The Giver. I don't remember what the other book was, though, which is the funny part. The only thing I remember is that The Hunger Games was an option, because my teacher wanted to offer something that was more classic versus something more contemporary. Everyone chose the contemporary book. I chose the classic book. So I was like the one kid in class, and she always had to be like, now, you know, you were the one person who chose to read the other book. And I was like, I know, ma'am. She'd be like, so let's talk a little bit about how you read, and then we'll have the rest of the class talk about what they read. Truly, I was a nightmare. Truly a nightmare. I really don't remember what the book was. Was it also a year I had to read The Giver? Because I know the whole point of it was that it was like that genre of dystopia. I wish I could recall. Definitely rubbed her temples when you picked book 2. No, I think she probably expected it. But the thing is, it wasn't just me at first. There were like a handful of other students who also picked the second book. But then when they read the start of the second book, they chickened out and decided to go read Hunger Games. So I was the only one who chose and committed. But I didn't want to read the Hunger Games. To this day, I've still never read it, even though I've heard that it's a really good series. But I passed up my shot. I bet that teacher liked you for not having to hear about Hunger Games for another year. I think she probably just liked the fact that I didn't choose the, like, super contemporary option for sure. But I always had a desire to read, like, classic books. And I think when I heard the description for the Hunger Games, I just liked the other book better. I don't remember. I wish I could recall, but I really don't. You weren't into YA or just that one? I guess maybe just that one? Because I think I did read other YA. I was like... I don't really feel this way about it anymore, but I was super into Harry Potter. So I think I was just more focused on my Harry Potter, like, pleasure reading, and I wanted to choose a book that I felt like wouldn't conflict too much. Did you have to read Bridge to Terabithia in school? No. I do not believe that was ever required of us. I think there was a point we watched the movie as, like, a not recess, but, like, break period thing. But I wasn't in school that day because I got sick, and everybody was just like, you know, you probably would have loved that movie, and I was just like, oh, okay, and then I never watched it. I do know what happens, though, because I got spoiled on the ending. I got spoiled by the ending on Tumblr. Years later. Saddest story ever told. Ever read Percy Jackson? Yes. I could tell you something very vulnerable, but this isn't really a confession stream, so I don't know if I should say it. But I did read Percy Jackson for a very specific girly girl reason. You know what happens? I do know what happens. I swear teachers assign that book to revel in traumatizing kids. Probably. The Egyptian books were interesting. I haven't gotten into the Egyptian books. I only read the first series. I don't remember if I fully finished reading them. I read a good number of them, though, within the same kind of time span. Tell us. I don't know. You're gonna have to pry it out of my hands. Loved the Rick Riordan books as a kid. I read them in middle school. Right? Yeah, it was middle school. It was middle school right before high school. Shame we never got the TV series that was planned back in the day. Didn't they end up making a show on Disney Plus or something, though? I could have sworn they did make a show. But it's like a streaming service show, not like TV. Sensei Yuno, please enlighten us. I don't know, you should ask nicely. Oh, you think taking out the knife is nice? I see you. It was planning to be something different a decade ago. This is true. There was a show, I think it only got into season 2. I don't know if it's continuing or not. I don't know either. But yeah, the movie was a disappointment. The show was supposed to be better. I heard Mr. Riordan had like a direct input on like the casting and stuff for the show and a little bit of its direction, so it was probably overall more faithful. Pretty please? Okay. I guess I will say it. I'll keep this part in the stream. But anyway, my first girlfriend, really liked the series, and we read it cuddling in bed together. We like took turns, we split the parts, and we were like reading it out loud as we went through the books together. We spent like a week of summer, because it was really rainy. We spent like a week of summer like together, just like curled up on her bed, reading it together. Playing out all the parts. She was Percy, I was Annabeth. Might be taboo for VTubers to talk about that kind of thing, but whatever. But we went through like a lot of the books. I want to say we read like 4 of them or 5. Something like that. The nerd being Annabeth makes perfect sense. It was fun. I have a lot of pleasant memories of it. When the characters smooched, she would smooch my cheek and I'd be like, "Wah!" And I'd explode. Anyway. Catch me never being this vulnerable ever again, unless it's like a drinking confession stream or whatever. This is your one crumb. I think I have diabetes now. Yes. Suffer. Inhale the sugar. It was cute and gross. Vodka cran night win. I don't know, maybe during the donathon we'll do something where we like have a little drinking and a yapping. Insulin price is going up. I'm sorry. First girlfriend implies a second. What? What? Who? What? Nah, you're not gonna get any of that information out of me until I am drinks in. Can't catch me, coppers. Running away. You can't catch me. It's not Pride Month yet. You can't catch me, it's not Pride. Little drinking on Donathon? Yeah, I was already thinking about it. You don't be like, run. Yeah, I'd be like, I'm out of here. See ya. Time to wash the big gulp cup. Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later. Yeah, I'm freaking gono, dude. I already feel embarrassed revealing that information. But that's the whole reason I read it. I hadn't had much interest, but she like really insisted, and I was like, okay, well, I need a way to get the books, and she was like, I have them, and I was like, do you want me to just read them while we're like in the same space? And she was like, no, silly. Let's read them together. Honestly surprised you haven't run an ended stream out of embarrassment. I mean, it's not as embarrassing now, probably because I'm so like divorced from the situation, but it was very sweet. And like the rest of the context like around it, I won't go into too much detail because again, not the right stream, but it just gave us something to do, you know? It was a good way to waste time during that period where it was like really rainy and we couldn't do anything else. Gotta get going to make some dinner. Okay, eat something yummy. Partaking in media because of an SO before, no shame. Oh yeah, no, that's not the part that's shameful. It's just being like, I'm shy. And I've never really mentioned like relationship stuff before because it's always kind of been seen as like, I don't want to fully say taboo, but like, I don't know how to gauge how you guys would feel about date stories with Yuno. The very few that I have. Funnily enough, my ex also did the same with the same book with me. Handshake emoji. In the rain, that's the perfect setting. Yeah, it was rainy. Does it help if I mention that an SO got me into Twilight because she thought we were like Bella and Edward? Oh my god. Aw, that's so cute, but also I'm so sorry. But also that's so cute, but also I'm so sorry. I don't know how I should feel about the fact that she felt like you were Bella and Edward. What does that say about you as a partner? How dare you know of someone that makes her happy? This was forever ago. This was middle school. I will say transparently, like, currently, I just have limbo. I have been honest whenever I have said that I am single because I am, but that doesn't mean I'm looking. You know what I mean? But I do have a past where I dated people. And sometimes I remember the stories. I just don't really bring them up that much. I don't know, I always like when people are real, whether it's in person, streamer, or VTuber, so I always appreciate when people let the barrier down a little. That's fair. I mean, I see both sides of it. I feel like relationship stuff, like, if it's current, should definitely be private. I don't foresee myself, like, ever telling you guys, like, well, I got a girlfriend, or whatever, on stream, because that just feels weird. I don't think that's anyone's business. But, like, I don't know. I also don't really think, like... It's because, in my opinion, I don't think a partner would sign up for being made public like that. I know I'm not, like, big streamer, big audience, but... I don't really think a current partner would be able to very easily consent to having stories about them being broadcast to, like, 15,000 people. Potentially. I don't want to do that to somebody. If something were happening, I would be keeping it to myself. But I am very honest right now when I say that I'm single. I remember that tweet about a married VTuber complaining that her chat likes her husband more than her. I saw that and I laughed. I was just like, that would happen, wouldn't it? I feel like if I ever told you guys I actually had a significant other, you would just be like wanting to see and hear about them all the time, and I would just be like, hey, you're here for me. Stop asking me about them. Yeah, Aunt. You don't know that? No, I do know that. I also think the joke would be, hey, is your current partner single? And I'd be like, I feel like you don't understand the question that you are asking. Please think about what you are asking and then consider asking again. All of that is to say, though, I tend to want to, like, keep that sort of thing private. If it was, like, reaching a point where it felt like it could be shared, or I got permission from the person, I would share it. But again, I'm single. And you don't have to worry about those kinds of stories, because I'm not really looking. Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. Pause. Crazy statement. Objection. Crazy statement. But that also does make me giggle, so I guess that counts for something. We'd be like, we do, haha, so what's the answer? Crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I do have like a few romance stories. I guess if it ever came up, I would be willing to share them. And again, if it was like a drinking and like confession yapping type stream, maybe I would share that. But other than that, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I just work here. I don't know, bro. This is a Wendy's. Is Limbo single? No, he's married to me. He's married to me and I'm not delusional. Heck of a convo to walk into? Yeah. Someone forgot her pills. No! He's married to me. Kill soon. Don't throw beans at me as if that's medicine. Stop. Kill soon for real? What the frick? All of you are so mean to me. He's married to me. My actual rebrand, I'm just going to become Yuno Fitzgerald, by the way, because I'm married. I'm married to Limbo. That's my new lore, by the way. 2.0 lore. Got married, moved to New Seek. I got married first and then moved to New Seek, just so you know. Get some help. No! I don't need help! The only help I need is from my husband because he understands law. 2.0 lore leak! To answer about the SO in Twilight, she meant she was kind of airheaded but willful. I was pretty good at reading people, well-read, and maybe a touch broody. Is Edward well-read? I guess. Is he good at reading people? No. I would say no, maybe, and then the last part is probably the most accurate. From what I remember of Edward, he was not really good at reading people or signs or whatever. He read minds, that's more what she meant. Oh, well then she should have said you seem like a mind reader. Because he's not necessarily reading people, he's just literally reading their thoughts. Even then, I still feel like he's not really good at understanding people. Someone married Miku, so maybe Delulu is the Salulu. Yeah, I will do a live stream of my wedding, and it's so I can get married to, Limbo Fitzgerald, real canon. My husband, by the way. I only watched the first two movies. Was Bella an airhead? Airhead would imply that it's more like lighthearted and silly. I do think Bella is head empty, but I don't know if it's like in a silly way. I just think it's in a girl, you do not think way. I know so many VTubers that would want to attend. I know, it would be very epic and slay. Add goal. Long-term goal. Host fictional wedding with Limbo Fitzgerald. No, no, no. That would either get you an insta-perma collab with the devs or perma banned. I mean, a girl can dream. A girl can dream. P-Cube International sees it and they're just like, we let this girl play the game and she's this Delulu. I mean, they should know that I'm Delulu because they should have watched my stream and seen that I had an asset set up with me holding a Limbo Daki. Make it canon in Bustafoes 3. I don't know if there's ever gonna be a 3. Season 2 has been out in Japan for like 2 years. I don't know if they're going to consider making a 3. I think the writer has said if they ever have an idea that like takes them back to New Sieg, then they might write more, but I have to know what the rest of the story is for season 2 to understand if there would ever be a 3. Okay, but the Limbo Daki got you into a collab? Real. Me posting me with the Limbo Daki literally got me scouted for a collab, so you do raise a good point. Unfortunately, I'm crazy. And I'm crazy enough that my submission was one of the ones that was the most memorable by the people who were appraising them. So, smile. Not only am I Delulu, but I am Delulu and I have enough reasoning and emotional appeal to get backed up by people that are supposed to appraise whether or not they are husbando material. You mean fortunately you're crazy? That's true. Competent Delulu scary. I could convince all of you that it's not Delulu. I could convince you that it's true Lulu. Because I'm just that competent and I'm just that aware of my husband and his charms and also his faults, but also his charms. I am also aware of the fact that Limbo has a lot of issues. But I love him. I see the red flags and I'm just like, pink's a good color on you, baby. Heart. True Lulu, thanks for the new word. You're welcome. You're welcome. I can't find my copium emote on YouTube, huh? Copium? I'm not smoking any though. Makes you both scared and curious to find out if you could convince me. I mean, yeah, I could, obviously. Red flags with rose-colored glasses are just flags. See, you get it. You get me. What does this do? Speak? Don't worry about it. Sometimes a man looks good in red. Limbo's color is either black or gray, depending on how you look at it within the game. Which means that he's neutral. Therefore, he could be either the worst or the best. In this essay, I will. I love him, he's great. Anyway. I'm done being this level of crazy, I guess. Maybe Yuno's colorblind and can't differentiate red and green. No, I can tell the difference. I'm green. Limbo does not really have a trace of red, unless you count his hair being kind of maroonish. Although he does wear like a red dress shirt underneath his suit. So I guess he does have a little bit of red on his person. I think it's red. Yeah, it's red. I was picturing his outfit in my head. It's red. He thinks maybe Buno suffered some head trauma at some point that's motivating the insane degree of copium she's huffing. No, I've never received any sort of traumatic head damage. I've also never broken a bone. The only time I've ever had to have like a surgery was when I had my wisdom teeth removed a couple months ago. You think me, with the amount of bookworm that I am, would be playing outside to a point where I could get injured? No, sir. If I had the choice to go outside, I would only choose to sit under the tree and read a book. I would never climb the tree. I would never risk fall damage. I just wanted to read. So no head trauma. We never know if a book fell on your head. It didn't. It did not. The only danger she faces the bookshelf. The bookshelf falling from the sheer amount of books that I stuffed into it. Yeah, sitting under a tree. See how it turned out for Isaac Newton? Oh shit, you're right. Oh shit, good point. Well, I never had an apple fall on my head, so I guess gravity's not real. I injured my neck while reading once. Anything is possible. Sounds like you just have a weak neck. I read so much that my neck is too strong and is impervious to all damage. Uno has her own brain rot confirmed. I mean, that much is true. I definitely have brain rot. But it's like intellectual brain rot. Didn't climb trees, but probably climbed a bookshelf or two for her next read. No, I've already said it. All my books were stored in a container under my bed. So I just had to go under my bed. However, there are a number of times where I would bonk my head on my bed, coming back out with my book box. would never be like super hard to where I got like super injured. It would just be a little bunk and an ow, and then I'd get my book out and I wouldn't be affected. That explains so much. Stop. Did I just get skill issued? Yuno's neck is the size of a pro athlete's thigh. No? Do you see this neck? Look at this neck. I have a frail, thin little baby neck for babies because I am a slender, beautiful woman. A bunch of small head bumps can equal one big one eventually. Yeah, eventually, but I don't get bumped frequently enough that that would happen. I always heal from the previous bump before I get bumped again. So how is it super strong? Cause I just read a lot and it just developed strongly. End the. Don't forget bebe size. It is not bebe size. It is a nice slender neck for a beautiful slender woman. Which is me. I am very beautiful and slender. Yes. Yes. Anyway. What a stream is this stream for sure. Once again, a stream of all time. Perhaps you've forgotten about that one accident you had a while back because the injury was that severe. That would explain everything. Please do not gaslight me into thinking I had a major injury. I literally never have. I would know because I'm pretty sure Onimama would have never shut up about it if I had ever had a major injury like that. I have come out miraculously unscathed from like pretty big things because I'm a very precautious child. We'll never know because you don't remember. We can't mind read. You're literally gaslighting! It's not true. Onimama would have told me because she tells stories about me being sick and like all these dramatic things all the time. She would have told me. I would know.
That's
Trust.
more than I anticipated. Thank you.
Saber Lily, thank you for the $50 tip. Thank you, thank you. Oh, right, you didn't feel that missing toenail? I have a very high pain tolerance, yes. She's precautious and precocious. That's me. I'm all of the prees. Where the frick? There it is. Thank you, thank you. Source, dude, trust me. Trust me, bro. I think there's one pre you don't want to be. I don't know. Phrasing? Hmm? What? Hmm? Damadachi, are you thinking from the gutter again? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Jail. Jail for Damadachi. That's our home. The gutter? I do not remember assigning this to you. We learned from the best. Pause. I've never taught you anything like that. You've literally kicked us down the abyss and into the gutter. No? When did I kick you? What? Tamagotchi from the gutter would be like, hey, Georgie, come and play. Please do not turn into the clown from It. You are not that. Shadowflake streamer, what do you mean? I didn't do anything! Stop! We are him. Why do you guys want this? I don't think, well, I mean, I guess if you're going by the idea that you're like an apparition that haunts me from childhood to adulthood. Although I didn't know you in my childhood. So I guess it's more like if you're an apparition that haunts me and causes like numerous troubles and mischiefs, then maybe. But like, no. You're the one who said it? No? I didn't say any of this. You're putting words in my mouth. Anyway. I think I have some ideas for this donathon. I will work on this. I'm planning to have like a big brainstorm session and we're gonna work on the graphics this week. Will I stream again this week? Maybe. It will probably be Gorilla if so. I don't really have anything super planned right now. If I manage to get a lot of the like prep work for this done, then maybe I will do Gorillas of other things. Like light gaming. Yeah, it might be time for Monkey. Will Hitami have a PNG model? Maybe not a model, but I do think she said she was planning on preparing a PNG for herself. So she'll have a PNG appear at least. I don't know if it'll be like a model, but... Sorry about your breakfast tomorrow. Plate was too heavy to float. No! Don't break my plate! Although I will say, I don't think it's gonna be like of a girl. I think it's gonna be like a mascot, because I don't know if I told you guys this. But she is the one who refined your design. She refined my really bad MS Paint drawing of the Damadachi and made you guys into the form that you currently have. So that's why, you know the BRB thing that I showed? This? Yeah, she drew that. She drew you. It's you guys. So she's technically your mama. Yeah, your mama. She's the one that refined the design and made it better. Mama! Yeah, that's your mom. But she's planning to make a Damadachi for herself that will like represent her. So it's not going to be like a woman, an anime woman. She's going to be using a design for herself. That's still gonna be like Damadachi coded. I misspelled it twice. The struggle. It's okay. But yeah, she will have a PNG. Unique Adachi, yes, unique just for her. She's one of us? Yeah. She created you. She refined you. I already kind of know what it's going to look like, but I'm not going to give any details. Anyway, you'll only know if we reach the goal to have her come on stream for a little bit, so... You're gonna have to aim for that. Tisk tisk. We will see. But yeah, so Gorilla streams this week might just be me hanging out, maybe light gaming, like casual gaming, if I decide to hang out. So it probably like a Tetris or like a Pokemon Unite, even though it's been 89 years. I'm so rusty. But we'll see. If I don't see you again the rest of this week, the next time you will see me will probably be on Sunday, June 1st, because that will be the start of the Donathon. So, if I don't see you anytime soon, it will be Sunday. Hitami sounds like Hinotama, coincidence? If you mean it sounds like Hitodama, which is what you guys are based off of, then yes, kind of. It is a little bit purposeful. That is where she got her name. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the stream here for now. Thank you guys for all of your ideas, and also for hanging out and yapping as always. This sure was a stream. It went like everywhere. But I suppose that is expected of OniMon, but it just went kind of crazy. Especially crazy today, I think, compared to usual. But I'm happy about it. It was fun. But thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope you have a good rest of your time zone, and until I see you again, Yunotsu! Hopefully we get to see each other again before next week, but if not, the next time I see you will be for the start of the Donathon. Keep an eye on Twitter, and I might also post the graphics on YouTube community page as well. We'll see. But the graphics will definitely go up sometime this week, so you'll know what to expect. Anyway, bye-bye! Yunotsu!